you know, and that's tough alone.
I'm a great schmoozer. That's what it is, yes. Again, with the anti-Semitic remarks. Anyway, edit. All right, you ready then?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Start with your name.
My name's Bobby Moody.
How old are you?
36.
Where were you born?
I was born in Fort Wayne, Indiana. But I only stayed there for a few years. And we moved to Myrtle Beach.
How old are you when you moved to Myrtle Beach?
I was probably, I was little. Probably around 6 years old or so. Yeah. My mother wanted us to live closer to my grandparents, and that's where they lived in Myrtle Beach, so that was her goal. Yeah.
Did you have any other siblings?
Yes, I've got a brother and a sister and a half sister. Mm-hmm.
All right. How long were you guys in Myrtle Beach? Did you start going to school and stuff down there?
Yeah. Yeah, I went through elementary school. I went through middle school. By the time I went to 6th grade in middle school, I went to live back in Indiana at a Christian children's home. I was at the beach, and I went through elementary school. Around 6th grade, a lot of things happened. My parents decided they want to split up, so it made me angry, so I had a lot of issues with that. And then my mom had troubles with me, so I went and stayed at a Christian children's home in Indiana that my grandpa had established years ago. And I stayed there for like 3 years or so. And then I went back to the beach with my mom and started getting in more trouble. I was 15 years old, and I got arrested for burglary. And then when I turned 18, I was hanging around the wrong people, and that was a armed robbery. But I was just there. But even if you're there, you get charged for it anyway. So I had to deal with that. So that was right at 18. It's when I lost all my rights and had to do a lot of time and money and try to get through all that. But that was in 2002. And ever since then, I haven't been in no trouble. Let's see. When I got out, I'm trying to think here. Where was I at? I bounced around so many times because I ended up staying with my dad a couple times, and then I went back and forth, kind of like that, But and then I just started. I had my daughter, Natalie, and that's when I changed a lot. I started working real hard. I was doing countertops, granite, solid surface, really nice, really good job. And then I had my boy Nathan, and he's over there shooting pool. So we had 2 kids, and things didn't work out with the mother, So then I actually ended up being homeless. Actually, I was staying at a friend's house. Of course, the car that I owned and everything was in her name, so I wasn't able to use it or have it or anything. So all I had was a bag of clothes, and I met who I'm married with now, Susanna, through a dating app, actually. And she came all the way down to the beach and stayed for a week. And it was just her and her aunt. And I visited with them. And then she came back like 2 weeks later with her kids, and I let them paint my nails. It was kind of funny. They were real little at this point. Now they're taller than I am. But I let them paint my nails. It went really good. And she said, "I'm taking you to Kentucky." And I was like, at that time, I didn't have nothing to lose, and I liked her, I liked Susanna a lot. So I went up to Kentucky here about 13 years ago. And I started off with 2 luggage bags. That's it, 2 luggage bags. And now I own different vehicles. I have my dream of my own pool hall that's been very successful the past 3 years. So yeah.
That's pretty awesome. So with your schooling, did you finish high school?
I didn't actually. Ninth grade, I failed the first time. I tried to go the second time, and I just I just never went. I ended up not going back. Now I did get my GED. My wife, now she did help me. I got my GED about 7 years ago or so. She decided to help me, and I tried it, and I didn't think I was gonna get it at all, actually, because I struggle a lot with memory and stuff because I have multiple scoliosis. So I don't know if you ever heard of that, MS. So I have it, so I have a lot of different health issues with that, but she helped me along with it, and I got my GED though. So yeah, I wouldn't say my case is real severe, but I have a lot of nerve issues. You know, I like jerking at night. I don't sleep good. You know, memory loss and decision making.
How old were you when you figured out that you had that?
That was let's see, I'm 36. I was probably 30, I guess, 30, 31, somewhere around there.
How long do you think you had it before you actually got like officially diagnosed? How long was it before you started noticing?
That's the part. You know, when I had the MRI done, I went and seen the doctor, and he says your brain looks like an 80-year-old man brain. And I was like, oh, that's great, because the guy got a bunch of white lesions. It's shrunk, but they said it was progressive. And then about 4 years later, I decided to have an MRI and get double checked and everything, and it was this same exact brain image. Like nothing changed. So I quit. I haven't took MS medicine in like 2 or 3 years. I just said I'm not going to take it unless if I really have to, because you got to sign your life over just to take MS medicine.
That's really.
You know, they use you like you're a monkey or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Is that like only like health issues you've had, or have you had any other like scares with yourself, or what about with other family as well?
Like accidents or anything like that, or?
We can go with let's go with like general just health stuff, and then any like I guess we can go like accidents after that.
No, that's about the only thing. I've always been pretty healthy though, for the most part. Mm-hmm.
So when you were in school, did you do any extracurricular stuff, any sports or band or anything like that?
I was real big in ROTC, actually, and then actually that's something I forgot all about. But when I was 17, I went to a military school for 6 months in Columbia, South Carolina, and was hoping to get my GED then, and then go off to the military. I did everything great except get the GED. I wasn't able to pass it, so it must not have been meant to be, you know. But I did play football for a little bit, but it didn't last long. But the ROTCs in drill and stuff I really enjoyed though. It was a lot of fun. I struggled in school though. I was always in the special ed stuff, like, you know. I always had to have help.
Special ed, whatever they call it now.
They call it something different now. They got to baby you. If they call you special or something, you know, kids are emotional these days. And I have 6 total kids now.
You have 6 kids.
Mm-hmm. My wife adopted two girls through the family, and she had a daughter with the man she was with, but he passed away, so she was a widow when I met her. And then we also had a boy, and then plus my 2 from the beach, so I got 6 altogether. Sure do.
Full herd there.
Oh yeah. Just don't ask me the ages because there's too many. I can't keep up.
What else have you done for work before you got to the pool hall and stuff like that?
When I first got here, I worked at Firestone in Waynesburg, Kentucky. I actually broke a record there, building the most air rods in one shift. I always did really good when I went to work anywhere. And then I worked at Truett Brothers in East Bernstadt, Kentucky, is another factory in sanitation, and I was a supervisor on second shift within like the first 6 months that I worked there, and that went pretty good. And then I started working for an amusement company, and where they would set arcades, jukeboxes, and pool tables to different locations. A profit-sharing business. And I started doing my own thing about 5 years ago. I wanted to work for myself, so that's what I started pursuing. But probably only like 5 or 6 jobs other than working for myself. I've always kept my job.
Well, that's really nice. So you were talking about football earlier, and what was the reason that you didn't pursue football at school?
I'd say some of it was probably my grades. I'd say because I struggled with school. I grew up in a neighborhood where it was challenging, I should say, like a lot of temptation, and I've always jumped right into that temptation and got in trouble. So I just didn't have, I feel like I didn't have a good support when I was younger. So, like nobody was saying, work hard,
Yeah, Myrtle Beach, I can imagine that was a much bigger area.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Out here, it's probably
a lot bigger. The schools are huge.
Like same thing. I moved from a big city. My graduating class was over 1,000 people.
Right.
Yeah. So, so what was the culture shock like then, going from a big city like Myrtle Beach
to here?
Yeah.
I like it actually. Like now, I would never. You couldn't pay me to live in the beach no more. You just couldn't pay me, just because the mountains. It's beautiful out here. The people's different, for sure. Big difference in the people. I don't know. I'd say it's because of the mountain stuff. I enjoy it better than I do the beach. You get enough sand up your ass and you get tired of it. But and that's good for vacation and stuff like that. And my daughter still lives in Myrtle Beach, so I still have to go there, during the summer and stuff and spend time with her. But other than that, I don't think I'll ever go back to the beach though. Any beach, it don't even matter. Like Kentucky's where it's at.
What is it about this place that you think is really called you here, that you feel so at home with?
Probably the family. My wife and her family. It's become my family. I'm really close to them, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
What are some of the struggles that you've had to go through to get here, I suppose? What are some of the harder times you've had to overcome to achieve this? Let's say the pool hall. Like, what's some of the struggles you've had to get to where you're at now?
The struggle really wasn't there, I guess. It was more of, I had the support, from Susanna's, my wife's family, and her encouraging me, and I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur in some sort of way. I always think that's fun. It's a risk you got to take, I've owned other businesses too. That was really good. I used to repair phones and stuff, so I did that for a while, but I had so many people at my house, I finally quit. But it was more of just I wanted it, and I knew that I could pull it off, So everybody helped me. So the struggle wasn't that too bad actually. A lot of late nights, I could work. When I first got started, I would be 3 to 4 days straight, just making moves, But it was exciting though. Sure was.
Doing some work here, what's some other things you like to do for fun?
I game a little bit, I guess. That's for my own personal thing. I got some friends in Texas that I play with. Drives my wife crazy because she don't like video games. But I don't know. I work. I take the kids out to eat at different places. I'm a family man. If I'm not at work, I'm at home. You know. So I don't really know. We go to the movies and stuff like that, I guess. You know. It's not really crazy exciting, I guess, but my fun's different than somebody else's fun, you know.
So, traveling. You've gotten to have the beach life, you've got the mountain life. Is there anywhere else in the world that you would want to travel to and experience, if you could?
Oh, there's plenty of places, I'd say. I've always wanted to visit Vegas, and I actually had my ticket there. It wouldn't even cost me nothing. Right before I moved to Kentucky, I was in an APA league, and we won the division, and we were supposed to go to Vegas and play like the bigger tournament. And I decided to move with Susanna to Kentucky, so I missed that one. But Vegas is probably one of my goals, which I was close. I went to Arizona for a week and had some training for some different parts that I deal with, you know. But yeah, Vegas would be my goal.
There's a big question I've obviously missed. What got you started in pool?
That's a good question. I guess when I was growing up in Myrtle Beach, I started. There's a lot of bars everywhere, so I just started playing pool during the day, and at a certain time I had to leave, but I just started playing pool on my own, and I had a couple buddies, and we all started playing pool, and it just kind of picked up. I noticed it was like, it's my therapy. It really is. Like if I'm going through a rough time, I can play pool and just, you know, it's my drug, so to speak. You know, but I just grew a passion for it right away, as soon as I seen it.
Living that pool kind of lifestyle, did you ever get sucked into drugs or alcohol or anything like that, or have any experiences with that?
No, I mean I have tried different things, but I've never been big on addiction. I never had no addiction issues. Even with cigarettes, like I've quit multiple times. I'm going on like 8 or 9 months right now with nothing. I quit the vape and everything. Like I got me my first nice truck, a little 2015 Silverado, and I was tickled to death, and I didn't want to smoke in it, so I quit, just like that. But yeah, I've been lucky not to have the addiction issues. The only addiction that I really have struggled growing up would be gambling, you know. But I've learned to overcome that as well. It's just that was probably the hardest one I had to deal with. My father was the same way. He probably still gambling right now, I'd say. But yeah, that's it.
So for coming here and living here, what's something that you hope to see this area become?
This area in town, or?
Yeah, do you just Jackson County or just the general area, or
Well,
even a little bit beyond that?
I guess my whole main goal with having a pool hall is to get the kids to play pool. That's always been my goal. Kids come here and they play for free. I never charge them. They play in the tournaments for free also. You know, so that's really my goal, because there's so many different things out there that kids are getting into, and I'd rather put out pool halls that are clean and fun for kids to do. So that's my only mission really, is to help people.
Is there anything else that you want to add? Anything else that you want to tell people, or
Right.
message you want to get out?
I get speechless when you ask me something like that, but
Right.
all I can say is come down to S&B's in McKee, and everybody's welcome.
Tell everybody your name one more time.
My name's Bobby Moody.
All right. Well, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it. That was a really great time. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate talking to you.
Yeah, thank you.